Gypsy did everything. Proof the authorities ignored. We've all heard the story, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the poor, sick girl trapped by her abusive mother. Her online boyfriend Nicholas Godejohn, the supposed assassin, stabs Dee Dee while Gypsy hides in the bathroom. But what if we've been lied to? What if Gypsy wasn't the helpless victim? What if she was the one who actually butchered her mother, and Nick took the fall? Let's talk about the evidence you've never seen, and the 13 stab wounds that don't match the official story. 13 on her torso and back. For defensive wounds. Nick admitted to jabbing her, but he only described jabbing her 4 times in court and police interviews. So who delivered the other 13 wounds? You don't forget, 13 stab wounds. The wounds were delivered in a frenzy, but Nick said he was calm and focused. That doesn't line up. The number 13 is often linked to occult or satanic numerology. Was Gypsy's hidden motive in butchering her mother to offer her as a ritual sacrifice for fame and fortune? Right after the murder happened, Gypsy did interviews, allowed documentaries to be made about her, had memoirs written, and signed deals for more Hollywood projects. Is this normal for someone who took their mother's life? Besides being involved in witchcraft and voodoo, Gypsy also has the 1q21.1 micro-deletion. Behavioral issues is one of the symptoms of this deletion. Is this why Dee Dee took Gypsy out of school and decided to homeschool her? Was Gypsy impossible to deal with? A 1q21.1 microdeletion, a missing piece of genetic material on chromosome 1, can lead to a range of symptoms, including developmental delays, mild intellectual disability, and physical abnormalities like a small head, microcephaly, and characteristic facial features. Psychiatric and behavioral issues, such as autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, and sleep disturbances, can also be present. This tells us that Gypsy was not medically abused by Dee Dee or the doctors. Could her behavioral issues have been so severe that it would lead her to take her mother's life? So what if Gypsy had already jabbed her mother 13 times before Nick had arrived? The autopsy shows wounds from multiple angles, possibly from more than one person. 13 jabs were done quickly like a crime of passion. Someone extremely angry. That would be Gypsy, not Nick. This would explain how she did butcher her mother, but Gypsy was able to convince Nick that he did it. Because he loved Gypsy, he took all the blame. Let's look at Gypsy's actions right after the crime took place. She had sex with Nick while looking at the Barney doll. This means it happened next to her mother's body and not in her own bedroom. She was in her mother's bedroom to place the dryer sheets and baby powder all over the room. She was also in there to clean up blood on the floor near the foot of the bed. She also put blankets all over her mother that Nick said he didn't see there. Lastly, she went into the bedroom to take money from her mother's safe. Gypsy laughed when she was in the hotel room with Nick after the crime. Gypsy had no remorse at all, and she told Nick how wonderful a mother Dee Dee was, so that he felt extremely guilty about what he had done. This is very cruel punishment for Nick. Gypsy still to this day has no remorse or feeling for any part she had in her mother's butchering. Why should she have remorse when her crime gave her everything she ever wanted? Fame, fortune, a boyfriend, and a television show. Gypsy is reportedly worth $3 million, and it is all from blood money. Nicholas is still serving life in prison. Whether or not Gypsy performed a literal ritual, the outcome looks eerily like one. A public death. A symbolic number of wounds. A declaration. And a transformation. This isn't proof, it's a question. Was this just assassination, or something more? Comment below, do you think Gypsy's motive was deeper than we were told?